Our game plan for today is we're gonna show you how we make gnocchi from scratch. We have, what do we have here? 22 liters of potatoes. I'm gonna get the potatoes started now. First step, we had the boys peel the potatoes for us last night, because I'd love to, I'm sure it'd be interesting to watch me peel 20 liters of potatoes, but too expensive to keep them here that long, so can't keep them here all day. We use russet potatoes. Yeah. I fill that up. I'm gonna salt right away so I don't forget. Yeah. All right, let's get this on the stove. So from this moment to the time we're ready to actually mix the dough to make the gnocchi, sorry, I always say it in the plural, probably be about 2 hours by the time we boil it, dry it, let it cool off. So it's a long process, not a lot of hands-on at the end. We do it pretty quick, but from the time we get from here to where we're ready to mix, it's gonna be a couple hours. Potatoes just started boiling. These are gonna go about 6 or 7 minutes once they start boiling. All right, coming back to the potatoes. Let me scoop one of these suckers out. I got one of the potatoes, I got my paring knife, and the knife is going through, I'd say about 3/4 of the way. I mean, it's soft, but I don't want it overcooked either. It's softened enough. We're gonna take it off, we're gonna strain it. We're gonna get it in the oven to dry. Here we go. Actually, what I like to do is I'll get a second strainer. That's about half. I'll just set it aside for now. It's gonna be easier to separate into 2 trays after if I split this into 2 strainers. And now, like I'm gonna say often in these videos, moisture is the enemy of gnocchi. By doing it this way, we're gonna dry it in the oven. Make sure that these potatoes are really, really dry so that they don't absorb, they don't absorb too much flour when we're mixing the gnocchi. Because the more flour you put, the denser your gnocchi is gonna be.
How long have you been making gnocchi?
It's like 20 years now. I mean, I think when we first opened up, we used to buy it in. Then I had an older Italian gentleman that showed me how to make it. And it's worth it, it's worth it. When you buy ready-made gnocchis, there's always gonna be more filler. There's gonna be more flour, there's gonna be more, whatever else they put in there. Our gnocchi is literally like potatoes, flour, salt, pepper, nutmeg. I mean, that's all that's in there. And not a lot of flour for the amount of potatoes. And that's what makes the gnocchi pillowy, soft. So we're gonna bring these to the oven and we're gonna dry them out. Here we go. Thanks, Philip.
Got some help today.
It's nice, company.
I'm not good company?
If you start picking on me, I got someone to defend me. We're gonna go about half an hour here. Yeah. 350. And then we're gonna cool them off and we're gonna mix. Potatoes are ready. They're all dried off. We're just gonna put them on the rack and back to cool off. And again, we wanna cool them off because the hotter they are, the more flour it's gonna pull. When the potato's soft, the gnocchi is gonna feel disingenuinely soft. It's gonna feel softer than it should be because the potato's hot. So you're gonna be tempted to add more flour as you're mixing it. Okay, we're back. So potatoes are completely cool to the touch, room temperature. We're gonna grind the potatoes. I'm gonna get my old little table over here, my can opener, we'll say. This is my big can opener. Get a pan over here. So now we're gonna grind. And this is what it's gonna look like. I got 2 pans like this to do.
All right, so right now we're gonna be measuring out 8 liters of the flour, approximately. It's 4 liters here.
I mean, we do this recipe every week, sometimes twice in a week.
Spiro, what's your favorite gnocchi dish of Vivaldi?
My favorite one is the gorgonzola.
Mine pointing up to your left? We did a video on that.
Everything's ground.
All right, all the potatoes are in. Now I'm putting in a 1/4 cup of salt.
No secrets of Vivaldi.
No secrets. And a tablespoon of nutmeg. Yeah, you don't want it to be overpowering, it's very strong spice. All right, so I'm gonna raise the bowl. I got my little scoop.
You're gonna add the flour bit by bit.
1 scoop at a time.
All right. So I'm gonna take a little piece out. It might not look like it's completely ready yet, but if we just sit there and roll it in our hands, we have a nice dough. We're gonna be flouring as we go as well, so. All right, so the dough is nice, but it's kind of like separated like this. So it's gonna be a little more work to cut it into nice strips. So we're just gonna knead it a bit. Well, not so much knead it as try to get all the, press it into like a log. the more cracks we get out, then the easier when we start rolling the strips. I'm gonna cut little strips right now. Spiro's gonna flour them for me. We're basically gonna cut this whole log now. Let's see, there's no cracks, look at this. So we're all set up, ready to go. I'm gonna be rolling. Spiro's gonna be cutting and shaping. Sorry, table's getting old. It's gonna rock a bit.
Maybe stop jumping on it?
You gotta use your best assets. Ah, yes. Yeah, checkmate. There's gonna be a lot of rinse and repeat.
You guys don't use fancy boards to make grooves?
The gnocchi. So we're not gonna make the shape. Look, there's two ways to make the shape in the gnocchi. You can either use a fork or there's a wooden board that's got grooves inside, and you run. So you would run the pieces one by one onto the fork, and you make the ridges, and the ridges help soak up the sauce when you're eating. But if you see the amount that we're gonna do on a weekly basis with the rest of the work we have, I'm quite all right if the customers use the fork or a spoon to scoop up the sauce instead of the ridges in the gnocchi.
Spiro, is this your favorite part of the job?
This is my favorite part of the job. Making dough, making gnocchi.
You make things from scratch, understand? It's not just like processing some factory's food. You know, like if someone tells you your gnocchi is too chewy because you put too much flour, you didn't execute properly, you take it more personal than if you bought it out of a bag and then said, you know, the gnocchis are hard. Oh, whatever. That's how they came, you know? So basically, we're gonna fill those trays up. We're probably gonna get about 5 of them. And we're gonna put them in the freezer. We're gonna freeze the gnocchis. And then tomorrow, we're gonna sift them out and we're gonna bag them.
Do you guys usually have music playing while you do this?
No music.
You just stand there and talk?
Or sometimes just silence.
Yeah. We're working together a lot. Like, you know how you'll get along with somebody, or you know you love somebody, is when you can sit in the same room and not say a word to each other and feel perfectly comfortable. That's friendship, that's love, that's whatever you want to call it.
How long have you been friends?
How old were you?
I was 19.
So 21 years.
When are we going to get a live feed on a busy Saturday night?
I'm all in for it. I love the live. I'm a live type of guy.
What's so funny, Steve?
I'm laughing because before we even ever had a YouTube channel or a TikTok account, I always said that I want to do a live feed on a Saturday night because I think people would love to see like the chaos of it, right? The controlled chaos. And now after, 6 months of doing reels and 6 months of millions and millions of views and comments, it actually terrifies me a bit. It not terrifies, but here's the thing. I don't do anything in my kitchen I'm embarrassed about. You see our kitchen, it's wide open. Customers walk up to me 5 times a night. They literally walk right into my kitchen. They see exactly what we're doing. But because I don't get to, like if a customer were to confront me to my face and say, listen, you grabbed your hand. Like, hey, I saw you grab the pasta with your bare hand. I mean, you did. You also saw me take that pasta, put it in a pot of boiling water. Then we sauteed it in sauce. But then when we plated it, bare hands never touched it again. Okay? I can explain that to a customer face to face. But I can't answer all the comments.
You guys have been working together for how long now?
At least 10 years.
Do you ever get sick of each other?
No.
It's not
We
our-
tease each other.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I gave him the golf clap, you know? Friday night, there was like 4 of us standing around while he was getting hammed on the pizzas. And I just let me know when you're ready for the golf clap. And when he finally got out of his rush, I gave him the...
How did that make you feel, Spiro?
He wanted another one.
Another one.
I keep answering for you, right? Sorry. Yeah.
It's all good.
And another thing for the kids out there, if the rush is so much for you that you need to drink all the time after, or do drugs all the time after, get out of the game. I hate when people glorify that being in a kitchen means having to be some kind of drunk or drug addict. If you need that to get through a rush, if you need to do a bump in the bathroom to make it through a Saturday night, find another job. Honestly, it's not for you. It's not an insult. It's just not worth your health. We're both family guys. We both have kids. We both have wives we love. And you can have a family and be in this business. You know, you got to work for the kind of restaurant that prioritizes that a little bit. They do exist. You got to have an understanding wife. You know, we're not home regular hours, but when we're home, we don't waste the time we have. You know, we make the best of it. We always like to have a good time, and that's it. We work hard to take care of our families, and that's our priority. So in ending, guys, this is how we prep about, 50 pounds of gnocchi.